Hey, it's Freaky Friday, and you're kicking it with Slim. Thank you for tuning into my channel. We love all the support. Okay. So, on today's episode, we're talking about can social media ruin a relationship? Okay. Social media and relationship in one sentence is sketchy, baby. It's sketchy. And the other topic is how big is communication within a relationship? Everybody don't know how to communicate with each other. So we're going to touch base on both topics. So without further ado, let's jump right into topic number one. Can social media ruin a relationship? Just like a coin, there's always two sides to this scenario. You're going to have people that say yes, and then you're going to have the people that say no. And so we're going to break it down on both sides. So let's jump straight right into yes, okay? Off the bat, we're going to say yes. So reason with me saying yes is because the social media has made it so easy to meet people. It's so accessible. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, Uncle Earl and Grandpa Ray, they had to go outside and be sociable to meet people. You get what I'm saying? You had to be somewhere. You had to catch this woman in passing. You had to meet this man outside or at a party or through a friend. Like now you can just literally get on your phone, get on an app and meet people daily. You know what I'm saying? Millions of people daily from all over. Before it was just your demographic area where you met people at or where you was at that you met these folks. Now it's not like that. With social media giving people so much freedom and access to meet new people, the ruining relationship, all you gotta do is slide in the DM now. Grandpa had to take this woman out. He had to pay a couple bills. He had to hide Miss Shirley from Barbara because Barbara was coming to Miss Shirley as a woman. Now, baby, it's all on the social media. It's, I slept with your man, and, your nigga did this, and he did that, and, you know what I'm saying? You even have men, too, that don't act like y'all men don't be doing this, because y'all do. Men be coming wild, too. Oh, bro, you talking to my girl, you kicking it with my girl, blah, blah, blah. So now, it's like, every little thing can get your relationship ruined on the social media. You could like a big picture, and what you liking her picture for, huh? Why you liking her? You know what I'm saying? Or what this nigga keep liking all your pictures for? Huh? You fucking him or something? Now you have all this access to so many different people. Like I said, liking a photo. Small as liking a photo can start an argument in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Your social media can be the key point in an argument in your relationship. And it's like, well, goddamn, didn't I meet you off this app, bitch? Well, didn't I meet you off of here, nigga? Like, ain't this how we connected? Okay. So, with that being said, like I said, the smallest things can ruin your relationship. And when you're in a relationship, it takes maturity. It takes knowing and trusting the partner that you're with. So, if you can't trust this man on a social media app, so if you can't trust her on a social media either, how you going to trust this person in real life? And we have to remember, social media is a facade, people. Like, some of the shit that people doing on the social media is not their real life. People are playing this part. Like, they're doing so much on the social media. And they actually probably ain't doing shit. They probably broke. Their credit probably fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe the hype on social media. Like, don't get so caught up into this social life. And I think that's a thing for a lot of us. We want to post everything on the social media. We want to tell all our business on the social media. We posting when we doing this with our man or woman on the social media. We're giving people so much access to the people that we love. And so we're giving so much access to the people that we love on the social media. And you're giving people room to talk about your relationship. You're giving people room to have insight, input on your relationship. You're giving people space to fuck up your space. Now, if you want a successful, happy relationship, don't post so much on social media about who you fucking, who you with, why y'all doing this, when y'all did this, when you did that. Like, people gonna have so much stuff to say about something that you got going on because they're not happy within themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you will get those type of people on the social media that's gonna have everything under the sun to say about you and your significant other when they ain't even got no significant other. Like, you single. Why you worry about me and mine? So me personally, I feel like a private life is a happy life. Okay? When I get a man, he ain't gonna be on my social media. Okay, so those are some reasons why you can say yes. Now let's jump into the no, because we got to tell both sides of the scenario. We got to tell both parts of the story. Both sides got to be heard. So I'm going to say no, because when you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship with me and you. Not me, you, and the social media. It's not me, you, and them. It's not me, you, and your mama. It's not me, you, and your pappy. It's not me, you, and your sister. It's me and you. We in a relationship. Ma uno. Pukasa. Okay? It's nobody else. It ain't me, you, and everybody. I didn't sign up for that. Sign up to be in a relationship with you. So, if you could let something as the social media ruin what we got, we ain't never had shit. So I feel like there's levels to this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship with me and my social media. You're in a relationship with me. Like, you just got to take it and trust up to me or you that you're going to handle situations on the social media appropriately. Somebody slide in your DM and you know you got a significant other, don't respond to that shit. Nah, I'm good. This ain't that. They don't take that for an answer, then you block them. You know what I'm saying? You get them right up on out of there. But when you interact with these people and you start flirting back and you start making notions to meet up and meet and greet, baby, that's on you. That's you who did that. Not your social media. You chose to respond to that DM. You chose to flirt with this person. You chose to interact with this person. You did that, not the social media. You have to remember that there's some selfish people in this world. You know what I'm saying? Those people are called the ones that you would call, I want my cake and eat it too. Okay? With the cherry on top for some of these motherfuckers. You have to realize those people are selfish because they ain't give a fuck about your feelings. They ain't care that they was in a relationship. They did what was good for them in that moment. That is extremely selfish. Because you knew I was at home. You knew you had this family over here. You knew we was together. You knew these things. And you still chose to sleep with this man or sleep with this woman. You chose to do that. You ain't just fall in the coochie or slide down on his penis. You ain't just sit down on that shit. You chose to interact with these people. You chose to be disloyal. You made your bed. Now you must sleep in it. So those are some of the pros and cons when it comes to dealing with social media and having a relationship, honey. Okay? You have to be grown. You have to understand that it's just the social media. You have to understand it takes two to tangle. You have to understand if you are in a relationship and you choose, remember, it's a choice, people. You chose to interact with these people. Let's stop blaming the social media for everything and let's start holding the people who holds these social media accounts accountable for their fucking actions. Let's start doing that. That's a good idea, okay? Let's start holding these folks accountable for who they are as a person. Let's start holding these folks accountable for the choices that they make and not the social media. So topic number two is like, okay? Communication in a relationship is so big, people. Like, please listen to me when I say this. Communication plays a major part in having a good relationship. You have to be able to talk with your significant other. You have to be able to compromise with your significant other. You have to be able to understand where your significant other is coming from. You have to keep an open mind on where your significant other is coming from. Those things play a major part, and they're all deeply rooted through communication. Okay? You have to communicate, people. It's so imperative that you talk with the people that you love. In order to communicate, you have to be able to comprehend as well. You have to be able to see the other person's viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to see where your significant other is coming from. If you can't try to understand how they feel so they can understand how you feel, and you guys come to some type of common ground on whatever the situation is, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. And I was one of those women where I would hold all this stuff in. I wouldn't say what was wrong with me, just have this fucking attitude. And I was like, ooh, I got older. And I was like, oh no, no more. I'm not walking around with no attitude. You're going to hear what I got to say. Okay? What some people fail to realize, communication does not mean we got to fucking argue. Communication does not mean, hey, we about to turn this into a yelling, screaming match. We about to see who can say the most fucked up shit to each other. Like, who can hurt each other the most. Who can hit below the belt the hardest. Like, that's not what that means. Communication does not mean, hey, let's fucking argue. Communication means, hey, let's talk to each other like we got some sense. Let's talk to each other like we love each other. Let's talk to each other like we respect each other. Let's talk to each other like we care about the person's opinions and feelings and beliefs or whatever it is. Talk to each other with a little bit more love. Talk to each other with a little bit more understanding. Everything is not an argument. Everything does not have to turn into a screaming match. You know, sometimes when you're having conversations, shit get a little heated. It do. But do it gotta turn into an argument? No. Can you understand where I'm coming from? That's totally up to you. Can I understand where you coming from? That's totally up to me. Can I see how the way you feel? That's totally up to you. Like, you have to have this open mind when you're dealing with people, because you're not dealing with the same image of yourself. You're not dealing with a replica of you. Like, you may be compatible in some ways, or you may have a connection in some way or another, but you're not dealing with you. You're dealing with someone else who has a total different belief than you. They feel totally different from you on certain topics. They think different. They like different foods. They look different. You're not dealing with another you. When you're in a relationship, you're dealing with a whole different person. We have to stop expecting us from other people and start understanding the people you want to be with. Start learning the people you want to be with. What triggers them? What makes them mad? What they don't like? How can you work on bettering y'all connection? Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people come into your life, they don't be healed. That's another thing that we don't understand either. Everybody who come into your life, they ain't healed. People got trauma. So you got to think of all this trauma that's going on in a person, and they bringing that to you. And you bringing your trauma too. Don't get me wrong. You're bringing your trauma, whatever it is you got going on, to them as well. So it's like, now you got this bag full of trauma from two people. And y'all trying to bag this shit. So you got all this trauma from two people that's trying to make it work, right? Then you have to understand a person's upbringing. That plays another part. If you wasn't taught to express yourself as a child and to express what you feel on the inside as a child, as a fucking adult, you're not going to be able to do that. Because you wasn't taught that. You wasn't taught to express yourself. I teach my daughter, this is why I do this, because I wasn't taught to express myself. That's why I bottle so much in. Now, I just try to say whatever the fuck is on my mind. And if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. That's exactly why I tell my daughter to express herself and to tell me what you feel on the inside. You have a right to express yourself. Because when she get older, I want her to be able to express. Back in the day, if you was to express yourself, you would call grown. Oh, you too grown, little girl. Why? Because I feel this kind of way. I'm grown. I don't have a right to have feelings. Because I'm 11, 12, 13, 14. Like, I'm not a person. Okay. So you have to think about the era and the time of when these people grew up, too. Because you wasn't taught to express yourself. You got to listen to what your parents say. So a person's upbringing plays a major part on why they can't communicate. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep in mind of all of these things. And it's like, it's overwhelming sometimes. Because you just think that a relationship is supposed to be simple. But it's not. Like, any relationship, you got to put in hard work. You got to put in that time. So, for me, communication is big. Like, I want to be able to talk to my person. Like, I don't want my person to come talk to me. Like, tell me what's wrong, baby. Tell me how you feel. How was your day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Those type of things matter. Like, well, why? Why do you feel this way? Well, you know what I'm saying? Well, hear me out on my end. Like, let me tell you why I feel this way. Let me tell you why I think this. Like, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about understanding. Like, you have to be understanding. You have to be able to compromise people. It's not, oh, you wrong, you wrong, you wrong. Oh, I feel this way. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. It's not about that shit. And that's another reason why people lack communication skills. Because everybody want to be right. Nobody don't want to admit that they're wrong. Nobody don't want to be the bigger person and say, hey, you know what? I fucked up. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to do this. Like, those are some of the reasons why I feel like communication is big in a relationship. We must learn to talk to each other with love, people. If you love your person, talk to them with that same love that you give them. Don't talk to them like they the enemy. Because that ain't your enemy. That's your person. You know what I'm saying? Love that person. Respect that person. Look at that person and understand that that person got feelings too. It's not all about you. And again, I said this before, it's not about being right and it's not about being wrong. It's about coming to a mutual agreement on how we can move forward with our situation. How can we fix our problem? How can we make this not a problem anymore? You get what I'm saying? Having a relationship and dealing with people, it takes time, baby. You got to put in hard work when you dealing with people. So that is the end of our Freaky Friday episode. We did, can social media ruin a relationship and how important is communication in a relationship. I thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. It's the wrap. It's a wrap, y'all. Make sure you tune in for Tuesday, which is Talk to Me Tuesday. We got a dope episode for Tuesday, so please make sure you tune in. This is a sensitive topic for me. I feel deeply about this topic, and we'll express more of that on Tuesday. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend to come kick it with Slim. Ooh. Tell a friend to come kick it with Slim.